Hello, Roger Bisbee back on the Skill Builder Help Desk, and we've got a fixer-upper. Although that's great, I mean, I've done a bit of that in my time, and I put a huge amount of time and quite a bit of money as well. And once I'd done it, I was forced to look back on it and think, well, was that time and money well spent? If you're up for this sort of thing, and you can do it, I suppose it's okay. But if we take this as an example, this first picture showing this horrible hallway with all this dark paint. Now I'm assuming you want to go over that. Okay, you can leave some of it there. Somebody's had a go at stripping it. You can see how hard that is. And okay, you could paint over the whole lot, but let's just have a look. Let's go through a few more rooms. Now here's the kitchen. You can see that's all pretty grotty. The only thing I could suggest with a kitchen like that is to completely gut it. Get rid of those. Those units have seen better days, haven't they? And here's a living room again. I would just gut the whole thing. I don't think there's anything worth salvaging there. Get rid of everything. There's a few skips, obviously. Here we got a door that somebody's hardboarded over. There's probably a nice door under that, but that was all the rage. Putting hardboard over doors in the 1960s. I remember it well. Barry Bucknell. And here's the outside, and you can see that somebody's done a job next door. They've built an extension there, and they've put a loft conversion in there. So they've made a good bit of accommodation out of it, and it can be done. But if you're going to be putting a loft conversion up next to that one, that guy has kind of cooked your goose. You'd have to join on to him, put up your own wall, your own insulation. It can all be done. Everything can be done, right? So we're talking about new windows, possibly. He's got new windows next door. Maybe. I'm not really sure where this house finishes, but I'm assuming it's over there. Let's see if we can see something else. Looks like the estate agent to me. So you can see there's the width of the house. He wants to knock this bit down, build an extension all the way out the back here. Are there going to be any issues with drains there? Possibly, I'd say, because I'm reckoning this guy's built over the drains, and if you're going to build over the drains, you've got to put some kind of manhole in there. We've got an old boiler house there, an old flue. Everything seems to have been cobbled together here. There's nothing worth saving. None of this guttering is worth saving. Oh, maybe a bit of cast iron OG there. That might be worth having, but really, it's gut the whole lot, isn't it? You know, there's hardly anything that I would think is salvageable out of that building. Garden's a fair size, isn't it? That looks alright. That looks like the most doable bit of it, actually. Oh, he's got a few little outbuildings there as well. Now you get a better idea of it. The roof isn't in too bad a nick. There's a few hip tiles blown off there, but the rest of it doesn't look too bad. But if you're going to build a loft conversion on it, then you're going to take most of that off anyway. Okay, here's one of the living rooms, if you like, and you probably want to make that out into a bit more open plan. Big old chimney breast there. Bit of old plumbing. I was thinking that looked like the old gas pipe, but I don't think it is. I think it's something else. But look at this arrangement here. Sharp intake of breath, Roger. What are you doing? That's not a bad sized room, is it? Once you take out all that. But he wants to extend all this out anyway. How much is it going to cost him? You're going to give the whole job over to a builder, and they're going to be there for ages. There's a place being done down the road. I looked at it down the road from me, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, I quite fancy that one. Maybe I'll do that as a kind of retirement project to keep me out of mischief. I think the guy started it 6 months ago, and there's a firm of builders doing it, and they've been working weekends, they've been doing all kinds of things, and they've made a great job of it. They've actually extended it out the back, they put a loft conversion in, they completely gutted it, they've replastered it. But, you know, there's a lot of guys been working there, and it's taken 6 months, and I would say it's probably chewed up a couple of £100,000. So it's that kind of project. You know, these things are not easy. Once you get bogged down, you could lose a month just doing the hall, stairs and landing quite easily. All I'm saying is be realistic. By the time you've had a couple of builders in there that you don't get on with, you've had to get rid of a few people, they've taken a bit more money than you thought, you may have come across a couple of cowboys along the way, it can actually be quite stressful. This is the other thing that we get, is quite a lot. We get emails, letters from people saying, I've taken on this project, it's turned into the project from hell, I've got terrible builders, they've ripped me off, I'm now at my wit's end. And you've got to think about your mental health, you know, and there's a reason why these jobs are done by professionals. I'm all for a bit of DIY, and you can do it in you know, if you're good at it, but if you've got no experience, as Karim says, he's never done this kind of thing before, you may be better off finding somewhere that needs a little bit less work, cutting your teeth on that. And if you find that it's the life for you, if you think you like doing this kind of job, by all means go into the next one. But even that glass, look, somebody's put a piece of plywood up there, obviously there's a broken window. All in all, it seems to me there isn't anything in that house that won't need major work. And the trouble is nowadays everything costs a lot more money. It shocks me, you know, I've been in the business all my life. When I look at the price of things now, I'm absolutely horrified. The days of cheap building materials are long gone. So I hope that helps, Karim. I hope I haven't depressed you too much, but I'm just trying to save you from making a mistake there and biting off more than you can chew, because, you know, you got a family, you want to have a bit of leisure time. You don't want this thing to dominate your life for the next 5 years. I mean, the house in the end, is it that much of a nice house? It doesn't look that great to me. It looks alright, and I know that it's difficult to find a property these days. There'd be a lot of people who'd be glad to have that. But, I mean, this is the thing. You look at these houses, you think, oh, that's a bargain. I'll have that. But there are no bargains. The builders, the developers have already gone to the estate agents. The estate agents have got a list of builders in their books, and they can say to the client, look, this guy will give you cash on the nail for the house, done and dusted. So if it's hanging about, it's either because the people selling it want too much money for it, or because the amount of work that needs doing in it means that there's no profit to be made on it. So I hope that helps, Karen, and let us know what you decide to do, because I'm not telling you what to do, I'm only just giving you my best advice. If you want my best advice or my worst advice, then drop us a line to Ask Skill Builder. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.